Hello again, and welcome back to the Hidden Sidings project. This time, update 4, a row of terraced houses and a corner shop. The row has been built and fixed to the layout, but I won't say finished, as I might yet add more details to it. The row is constructed using 3 Metcalfe stone terraced house kits with a Metcalfe corner shop at the end. I have added some details to get away from the standard kits and make them look a little bit different, but not too many, as this might make the layout look a little too busy. On my daily walks I have noticed that ridge tiles vary in colour. Some are red, some are grey, with no discernible reason for the differences in colour. So to add a little variety to the row, I included some of both colours. Some of the houses have dormer windows, 2 of which came from the Terraced Houses kits, and 1 from another kit, once more to add a bit of variety. I have added weeds growing in some of the gullies and around some of the chimneys, and there are also stains where the water might have run down the roofs. I couldn't get on with the paper chimney pots as supplied in the Metcalfe kits, so I made my own from 4.8mm plastic tubing. This was painted an appropriate terracotta colour, not forgetting the insides, which would be black from soot. All windows have had curtains added, some closed and drawn, most open and pulled back to some extent. I used the curtains supplied by Metcalfe, but with hindsight I now think they may be too bright and obvious. These days most curtains are lined, and the colour you see from the street is a sort of pale beige. If only I'd noticed this before constructing the kits. But then, maybe curtains weren't always lined. The paving slabs are those supplied by Metcalfe in their kits and are applied individually. They have a self-adhesive backing, but Metcalfe advise a blob of glue on each one to help them stick. So that's what I did. Altogether a time-consuming process. I was a little concerned that the gaps between the slabs would be too prominent, but now they're laid I rather like them. They look to my eye like the old style paving that might have been around before today's mass-produced slabs. The name Tunnel Lane was simply produced using PowerPoint. I've no idea what font I should have used, so I just guessed, and I think it looks okay. The corner shop was assembled very much as Metcalfe models intended, and like all their kits goes together very well and looks great when finished. There are various interiors and signs included in the kit, but I decided that a post office would be the most appropriate. There are not many people about, in fact only one at the moment, as static characters on a layout can look a little unrealistic. However, one person, Mrs. Armstrong, is impatiently waiting at the post office door for opening time to collect her pension and buy a stamp to post a letter in the post box. The post box itself is of the old penfold design, first introduced way back in the 1860s, a few of which still survive in the 21st century, and the model is by Bachmann. There is a bicycle leant up against the wall in the alleyway behind the post office, which could well belong to the postman or the paperboy, but which in any case adds a bit of interest. The grassed area at the front of the terraced houses is quite nicely kept and has some small bushes growing on it. I'm going to put some arches in front of this area, so whether much of this will be seen is probably a moot point, but I know it's there. A cinder path round the side of the houses leads off from the end of the paved area to what may well become a footbridge. This will lead down to the as yet uncompleted industrial area to allow workers quick access to their workplaces. This area is more unkempt than the front and has many larger bushes and brambles growing wild, but there's just enough room for the path to be walked on. The rears of the houses and shop have also been fully completed, even though they will no longer be seen. The reason for this is when I built the kits I was unsure whether to have the rears or the fronts facing the line. The completion of the post office clinched the decision, as it would have been a shame to have that building facing the rear. There's still a lot to do. The next task is to build and put some arches along the front of the white boxes on which the houses sit. But that's all for now. See you next time.